Hi everyone, this is Molly McCord. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to do a short video for you today on a unique and inspiring aspect we have in the skies at this time called a kite. And this is a configuration that is very supportive, flowing, opening, and showing you where to direct your attention at this time, where there is support for letting go and for understanding what is true for you now, what your new commitments are, and where you meant to gain strength in yourself. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that as we walk through this kite configuration. So a kite is a grand trine, which is happening here in the water signs. It's between Neptune at 16 degrees of Pisces retrograde. It's connecting with the North Node at 12 degrees Cancer retrograde, and then working with both Venus and Mercury in Scorpio. Venus at 12 degrees Scorpio, Mercury at 19 degrees of Scorpio. So those are the three water signs all connected in a grand trine. And then their energy is pointing towards the two planets in Capricorn that are now both direct. Pluto at 20 degrees, Saturn at 14 degrees, almost 15 degrees of Capricorn. A kite configuration is where there is this harmony, the flow opportunities, and where the kite is focused right here. The point of the kite is where there is liftoff, is where the energy is directed. And in this case, because of this Water Grand Trine, it's being grounded by the planets in Capricorn. And also please note that the South Node is right here too at 12 degrees of Capricorn. So the energies are pointing to Capricorn, which I know we've been talking a lot about in 2019 as well as in 2020. We're going to keep speaking about the Capricorn energies and the Capricorn archetypes, as these are the very deep energies that we're healing collectively. But this Grand Trine is giving us support for understanding what we've been developing, feeling, moving through, that's ultimately been supporting our soul's growth this year. That's where the North Node is pointing to, is how we're learning to trust ourselves, to understand the value of the messages we receive, to feel safe, to define home. This is also a reconnection to anything within you around feminine energies that's been suppressed, that you're meant to listen to and to understand right now. We're opening up and blooming here with these North Node and Cancer energies. And the North Node traveling retrograde is still connecting with this Neptune retrograde. There's a 4-degree orb here, which is a little wide for Neptune. Neptune typically has about a 2 or 3-degree orb, but I'm calling it as being in play because of how Neptune is in retrograde. So it's going to keep moving backwards, which keeps it in contact with that North Node in Cancer. So that is a long-term energy. And what's exciting here is how both Venus and Mercury are coming into this dance, this cosmic reconnection, and giving us the ability to go deeper into fears, anything you've held mentally that's been holding you back, anything you felt kept you in the dark. Venus in Scorpio is healing our really deep fears around not being worthy, not being loved, not being accepted. This is a huge healing catalyst. This has the potential to change relationships for you when you tap into what feels right for you, what the higher spiritual learning is, what feels right that's new. Because this North Node in Cancer, I get the image of blooming and it's blooming new energies within you that were kept in the basement, so to speak, or in the attic. They were packed away. So there's been this blooming within, and how it's now working with your fears in your mind, or the fears that you've held around relationships, any types of shadow energies, any types of areas of powerlessness are being transformed in a very supportive way here in October. And then they're being grounded and working with the commitment energies of Capricorn. And there's a sense here of you understand what parts of you are leaving, and that would be the South Node of the roles you've played, the responsibilities you've held, what you committed to that's ending. And there is this refueling of your intentions and of directions forward in the Capricorn areas of your chart. Now, what also makes this kite significant is that Mercury retrograde is going to be at this kite configuration 2 more times, because Mercury is going to go to 27 degrees of Scorpio, station retrograde on October 31st, and go all the way back to 11 degrees of Scorpio until November 20th. And at that time, it will also activate these connections twice, 2 more times, with Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, and the North Node. So we are mentally moving through something that is exfoliating us. I feel it as a removal of denser, darker energies that have been in our heads. Again, these mental limitations. Even perhaps what you were afraid to say, what you've been afraid to communicate, where you've needed to be in your power, in your words, in your choices, in your decision making. It's a mental reprogramming that you're going to see in the real world, in your life. And I feel it working at, like I said, a deeper level of our beingness that puts us on this new trajectory of where you're going next. So this is overall a very powerful, inspiring energy. It's working with us in the feminine energies, which is the water signs and the earth signs. It's reprogramming feminine needs and strengths. A new strength to be yourself, where previously you had fears or didn't think others would hear you or understand what you needed. This is a really beautiful Mercury retrograde that's coming up because of this configuration. And you're meant to claim a new responsibility to yourself in how you are here to live your life, how you're here to show up in the world, how you're here to be a master of your own energy. These are the strengths of Capricorn. There's new roles that are needed in the world, and this is a time to look at where you've had fears that have held you back from these new roles, these new responsibilities, the places that you're meant to go next. There's support for letting go of those fears. Reprogramming is happening, and it's meant to stick. It's meant to stick. It's meant to be something that you're committing to internally. You're committing to something stronger in yourself, because Capricorn makes us stronger. We get tougher. We have to deal with more in the world, more energies, more people, more ways of being present in this reality. And we're each getting stronger. And there's something within the collective that I'm feeling has deeply shifted. And this kite configuration because it signifies a liftoff, there's also progress now in these Capricorn planets. They've been retrograde since late April and May. They are now direct as of September, early October. So there's seriously a liftoff for the Capricorn energies that were stagnant in review, that couldn't move. And there's a shifting energy here. So this is going to be in effect into November. And again, that Mercury retrograde is going to be highly active for us. So stay aware of where your mind goes and how you're being supported in moving through fears. I would also feel like there's a deeper emotional process here coming in. And the Venus gives us the tools to work with the deeper emotional intensity and to see something in a higher light. That's part of this too. And the messages first come through the water signs of intuition, and then something appears in the physical world that validates what the intuition is sensing and picking up. And there's new energies taking you where you need to go next. So overall, a very cool aspect, especially because it will be in effect for a number of weeks. And in your natal chart, you would look to see if any of your planets or points are being activated in these water signs or in the Capricorn area of your chart. I will be back with another astrology video for you soon. And remember, you can check out all of the major astrology of 2020 in my new 2020 Soul Growth Astrology program that is on sale right now to help as many people as possible understand how their life is changing and evolving in 2020 and beyond, and how you can connect with your soul's intention for this next decade. So check out those details below this video, and I will be back here soon with another astrology video for you.